Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Success Life Live. My name is G Reid. I am your coach, and this is Success Life Live. We gather here each and every weekday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern to start to build the mindset of success. And by success, I mean building a mindset that gets us the most out of every day. That we're not focused on some far-off distance award on a stage, but we begin to live our lives successfully. Or we create a life of success. Success in our fitness, success in our family, success in our finances, success in our business and our faith. We each have areas that we're working on mastering and growing and expanding and changing. And that's why we gather here each and every weekday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern for Success Life Live, is to get started in the right direction. So good morning, everybody. I see Matthew jumped off his and jumped on here. I'm honored and privileged for that. Good morning, Vance. I think I saw Marie here. I'm not sure. And Julia and a couple other people take a moment, tag in and say good morning, say hello. Give the weather forecast or tell us what you had for breakfast. I don't know, but let us know you're in the room, because unfortunately this Facebook thing makes it really hard to recognize you when you're like shoved up in the little icon corner. And besides that, I'm old and I've got to wear reading glasses, so we're not going to talk about all of that. Got to hear the good word. Oh, thank you, Matthew. And don't forget, tomorrow is Fun Friend Friday. Loving and rocking on that. Dr. Tanya Lowe will be in the house. And she told me, and she told a couple of people who are watching my feed, that she's got a bonus gift that goes with her book that's specific to Fun Friend Friday, Friends Oatmeal. Somehow I imagine Matthew, our fitness coach, who has a body fat content of like -3 or something, I don't know. If you're ready to get in fitness and get in shape and have somebody virtually or live coach you on getting the body and the fitness and the mindset that you want, check out Matthew. He has achieved it above and beyond. So I imagine Matthew's oatmeal was probably raw, steel cut, organic, naturally farm raised, something, whatever. All the titles you can do. Good morning. Winters. Marie, I'm so glad you're joining us. And you got a snow day today, I take it? So anyhow, Dr. Tanya Lowe will be in the house tomorrow and giving away bonus gifts. And we love gifts this time of year, so I guess it's the early Christmas edition bonus gift. I am going to post a graphic for the upcoming Author Talks and Fun Friend Fridays. But today, the lesson I want to talk to you guys about is pleasing results versus pleasing methods. And I've got some notes over here. And I was asking the other day, and I'm sort of thinking on it, whether you're trying to build a life around results or methods. And so that's what we're going to talk about this morning on Success Life Live. So get your pens, get your papers, get your notepads out. Now, I say that each and every day, and I'm just curious how many of you are actually going back, taking notes, building a journal, creating a day timer where you can go back and go, you know what, something was said one time that I want to keep track of. And, oh yeah, I've got that place where I wrote it down. I keep my thought journal, and then I keep my regular day timer journal thing, my planner, I guess. And my thought journal is ideas or things that I'm listening to or things that I read or things that inspire me that I just want to keep in a place that when I need to like go get a refresh course, or when I'm needing some inspiration, or when I'm needing some thought, I just pull out the thought journal part. I don't have to go through and look at what, January 1st, I had to take the dog to the groomer, go to the dentist, and I had this thought. No. And then sometimes I'll even highlight it. Like at the top, I'll write a chapter or write a sentence or write a summary so that when I'm scanning the page, I'm like, oh yeah, that was the thing about promise. That was the thing about hope being a beggar. So that's, if you're somebody in the creative space, if you're a coach, or if you're a speaker, or if you're a teacher, and you want to begin to have moments to be able to do Success Life Live, maybe you need to get a thought journal. Just thoughts that come in that you journal out. I'm being distracted a little. I've got this head cold still and I feel a sneeze coming on. But, so get out your thought journals, get out your notebook, put on your thinking caps. We're going to talk about results versus methods. So often as a coach, I will hear people get so caught up in the method. Like, oh yeah, I'm doing this thing. It's really cool. I'm loving this. It feels really good, or I'm getting this energy, or I'm da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, you're focused on the method. And you like the method, and you're committed to the method, and you're loving the method, but is the method bringing you the results? Or is the method distracting you from the extra hard work, the dig in piece, that grunt level work that you need to be doing? Sorry about that. Have you become committed to the method and not the results? And so average people will begin to buy into pleasing methods. They'll look for ways of acting as if what they're doing is going to create the results they want. Like, oh yeah, I belong to this really cool group of people. We meet every Tuesday morning at the donut shop, and then we go out and power walk. Okay, that's a really pleasing thing, but is it bringing you the results you want? It looks on the surface like you're actually working into what you want. It looks on the surface as if you're actually trying to get what you want to get, but you're really focused on that, quote, pleasing method. It's that idea that, I'd rather be comfortable being average than being stressed going to an extreme result. And so what I want you to sort of think about is, what am I currently doing in my daily behavior? What am I currently doing in my activities? What am I doing? Now, am I enjoying it? Fine, great, no problem. But then back end it with the question is it getting me results? Is it taking me where I need to go? Is it really stretching me outside of my comfort zone, pushing me into the next level, driving me to the higher place? Or am I just caught in a rut that's very pleasing and comfortable, that on the surface, we're not surface living people, looks like I'm actually doing something, but I'm really not? I get that sometimes life is hard. I get that we all struggle, we get tired, we got bills, we got family, we got spouses, we got jobs, we've got commitments, and that we would just like to find an easy place to settle in, breathe deep, and be like, oh, thank God, just one thing in my life I get to relax and enjoy. And I'm okay with that. But at the same time, I don't want you saying, well, I'm doing this because it's going to bring me this in my life. It's going to bring me this massive change, this massive impact, this massive result. When all you've been focusing on is the method, the process, the procedure, and you've never tested yourself or counted yourself to say, wait a minute, this isn't really bringing me results. I've been doing the same meeting the girlfriends at the donut shop for our Wednesday power walk, and I'm still not lost the weight. I still haven't been able to bend over. I'm still not feeling strong and fit or physically empowered. So clearly I'm more in love with the process than I am with the results, and I'm going to stay engaged with the process because I really don't want the results. But if you say, no, I want the results, I need the results, I demand the results, then maybe you've got to get uncomfortable with the process. Maybe it's got to hurt for a little while. Maybe it's got to be like embarrassing or painful, or, you got to be stressed to the point that stress brings change. And that change starts to bring results. If you're a speaker and you're like, I'm a speaker, but I don't have any speaking gigs, and I've really got this really great resume and this speech, and I'm sending it out, and as soon as somebody's willing to pay me $1,500 for a 10-minute speech, I'll be off and running. Well, you know what? Maybe you need to start showing up at the elementary school and reading a book to a classroom to get in that space where you're no longer standing on the sidelines, but you're at least in front of some audience, so that you can start to get uncomfortable with that process. So often I see people want to start big and skip little. They want to start large and skip hard. They want to be a success but not be working at it. And I got to tell you, it doesn't work. Nobody gets there. Nobody gets there. And even if they're born into it, they don't stay there unless they did the work, did the uncomfortable, got out of the pleasant and into the pain to make it work. Now, my friend Matthew, who's probably been around gyms all his life, will say, where there's no pain, there's no gain. Methods equal busy in non-income generating activities. Thank you, Ike. True. We distract ourselves busy, and we don't move into the pain to get the gain. And we've all done this. Guilty, pointing here. In corporate America, there was always like this Friday shuffle. The Friday paperwork shuffle, where you keep just sort of shuffling around emails or papers on your desk, and you kind of like, I'm so busy. When in fact, you had shut down your desk like on Thursday midday, and you were just trying to ride out the clock till Friday. so you could get out and get on to the weekend. I think as entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, mompreneurs, dreampreneurs, we sometimes do that. We get so busy creating the perfect infographic to launch our program or the landing page of all landing pages to create our next program that 30 days later, we still haven't launched it. But yet you've been saying, oh, I'm so busy. No, you've been loving the process of hiding out and playing small and being little, because stepping on stage, Facebook Live, and just announcing it could cost you more than you're willing to risk right now. So what I want to ask is, look at things. Good is good enough. And I will tell you, for 99% of the world, good is good enough. If you get it out there, get it done, begin to commit, begin to move forward, begin to get out of the comfort and into the process, out of the process and into the results, you're going to have tremendous growth, tremendous change, tremendous activities happen. But if you want to keep on living on the surface, playing busy, showing up, acting like, oh, I got this perfect little process. Don't interrupt my process. Don't interrupt my process. How long have you been in process? I mean, it's like a baby elephant, I think, takes 14 months to gestate. What are you birthing in your life? Because if you've been working at it for more than 30 or 60 days, and you're not seeing even the beginning of the results, then your process is not leading you to the results you want. You become comfortable with pleasing processes instead of producing results. Excuse me a minute. Talk among yourself. I need a drink. Sorry about that. So, and sort of as a side note, I gave up all the cough medicine and cold medicine because what I was getting was results, or getting pleasing, in the sense that I wasn't coughing, I wasn't snotting, I wasn't doing all the things that my body needs to do to get rid of this virus. I was holding it in status quo, and I was like, wait a minute. Just go through the pain and suffering of sneezing and coughing and snotting and all the things that needs to happen, because that's your body moving into a healthy state. That's the way we work in Uruguay, by the way. You go to the doctor, you say, hey, you have a cough, he hands you a Kleenex. You go to the doctor here and he hands you 20 antibiotics to cover it up. And guess what happens? The results go backwards. So, side note, but what the heck? So what I'm going to say is, quit trying to cover up your fears, your doubts, your insecurities with busy. Quit trying to live in the process because you're afraid of the pain that it might take for you to start getting results. And that pain and that fear and that doubt comes in a lot of ways. There's a physical tension when you begin to change a body habit. There's the emotional when you begin to address issues. There's the social when you begin to grow and talk and experience your dreams. And the people closest to you are like, you can't be messing up status quo. We have all built our lives around you being average. And if you start not being average, then what do we all have left? So again, as I wrote my notes the other day when I was reading through something and yes, it's in my thought journal, I asked myself, are you seeking pleasing methods or are you seeking results? When I get online, when I get opportunities to join groups, join coaching, join systems, whatever, sometimes I'll begin to chase that rabbit down the hole. And that's why I wrote it in my book as a reminder. It's like, Eric, are you looking for something that's pleasing, pleasant, or are you looking for results? Is this a distraction or is this a result that you're seeking? Are you joining this group, attending this event, hanging out in this webinar, doing this thing because it's bringing you results? Or is it just another piece of the process that you built around your daily activities to keep you hidden and safe? And you can call it a process that's going to someday bring you a result when in fact it doesn't. So look at your calendar. Look back in your calendar the last 30 days. Look at your habit paths. And tomorrow I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to talk about it tomorrow because we have Dr. Tanya Lowe on Fun Friend Friday. But habits are learned. People are not born with good habits. Is the distraction a result? Is this a distraction or a result? Thank you, Gail. People are not born with good habits. People are not born with the ability to develop good habits. People are not born with the tendency to be good habiters. I'm making that word up. They actually develop them. So look at the habits, look at the processes, look at the things that you do every single day that you're like, I'm so committed. Oh, little religious bells go off around you when you begin your process. And then say, oh, wait a minute, is this really doing something different in my life? Is this bringing me someplace new? Is this elevating my current status? Am I really seeing results? And when I say really seeing results, like you could email them to me and I wouldn't have to ask the question, what area of your life is being impacted? Because the results would speak so clearly, I'd be like, oh, I don't know. I don't need to know what she's doing because whatever she's doing is working. And there are other people that I meet with one-on-one in coaching. I'm like, whatever you're doing, it ain't working. Yeah, but you don't understand. I just believe that if I do it for another 13 more months, something will change. And I'm all about long-term, long project commitment. But there has got to be some incremental change occurring because, it doesn't just pop up in our lives. We just don't wish it into being. There has got to be a change in either the mindset or the exterior for me to know that something is really happening. So, if this idea that, every morning I get up and I eat 2 grapes and a lemon wedge and then I'm going to lose weight, okay, really? Or, I rub, whenever I get money, I treat it with respect and honor and I put, do this and do that. And I'm going to say, what's your bank account look like different now than it did a day ago, a month ago, a year ago? And if I don't see results, then this foolish little ritual, this pleasurable process that we bought into ain't bringing you the results. And living life with success is about creating results in your daily moments with your family, with your kids, with your spouse, with your finances, creating success in your fitness and your business. You got to be seeing the results of it, people. Life is short. Time is clicking. Things are moving on. If we're not seeing results, let's check into it. Let's dive into it. Or maybe, and this is the other thing that we all know this. I'm not like some shining light of wisdom sometimes. That we got results in the beginning. That we had this like climb. And then all of a sudden it was like, okay, slower results, no results, no results, no results. And it may actually start to be tipping the other way, negative results. Perfect example, Fitbits. If you take a walk around the block, the first time you wear the Fitbit, it'll be like off the chart, number of calories, number of steps, number of oxygen. You're like, ooh, like, dude, you like just killed it. You could like eat an entire bucket of ice cream and it wouldn't impact you today because you worked out so hard. 30 days later, you make that same loop around the block and you're like, is my Fitbit broken? Is it not registering? It's saying I did almost nothing. Well, yeah. Because your body has now grown accustomed to that workout. Your body has learned how to maintain and manage through that stress level. So it's not being recorded the same way. It's not having the same impact as it did before. What you did to get you to a certain point isn't what you got to do to get to the next point. And that's often where having a coach, accountability, joining a mastermind group, joining a group comes in handy. Because you'll come in and you'll be all like, look at me, I got to this point, this is what I've been doing, da, 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 da. And they'll be like, okay, so where do you want to go now? What do you need to change to go from there to there? Because how's the book title? What got you there ain't going to keep you there and it's not going to take you where you want to go. You got to start thinking about it, folks. Got to start thinking about it. Time to mix it up, time to change it in, time to dive deeper, go bigger, make small, whatever it is. All right. Are you looking for results? Or are you just loving the process? Are you looking to change your life and really have quantitative results? Or are you looking to marry into a process that you can show to the world that you're so committed to a process and everybody honors and worships you because you're part of this process? And at home, you're sitting in the dark crying because you're not getting the results you want. And you bought so deeply into the process that if you abandon it, you're afraid what people will say. Well, guess what? Who cares what people say? It's your life. You get to pick what you want. You get to decide who you are. You get to be in love with what you do every day. So if it's time to stand up and say, you know what, folks, I got to move on, step out, do something different, You guys got me here, but you're not going to get me where I need to go. Then tell that group, tell that team, tell that organization. If the product or the gym or the thing that you were doing all the way up until here, sorry about that, you're beginning to know that your momentum is slowing, your growth is dying, hey, it's time to move on. It's time to look at them and go, love y'all, but I got to go to a higher place. I'm being called to a bigger me. I need to get there. And this, I love this process, but I'm a results-focused person. Then make it happen today. Please don't do the January 1st. Because January 1st historically turns into mid-February. I mean, I see it every year as a coach. I see it every year working with businesses. It's like, okay, well, we're going to do this and come January 1st, here's our start date. And then the 1st comes, and then the 15th comes, and then pretty soon by the end of the month, and okay, well, didn't we make this commitment? And it's like mid-February before they even start to dive in. So dive in now. Start to make the change, make the commitment, go in the direction you want to go. Start sending out those goodbye letter, Dear John letters, whatever, to the groups and the organizations and the processes that you become attached to that aren't bringing you the results. You're worth it. You're worth it. And there's no guarantee a January 1st is going to roll around for all of us. And so I would rather live my life of success starting today than, as my friend Matthew says, hope or beg that there's going to be a January 1st or a February or a June. All right, that's what we got today for Success Life Live. I appreciate you guys jumping in the room. I really appreciate yesterday. It was so funny. I don't have the notes in front of me. Somebody did the share, made the comment on it, and then I got this like friend request saying, a friend of mine shared this, and I really thought of it, and then like connected. That was so cool because the whole conversation was like me getting to meet a new person and introduce and them introduce. It's just a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun when you get to make new Facebook friends that actually like have something in common or that you share a thought or idea. So make sure you take a moment, hit the share, hit the like, hit the watch party, whatever you want to do to make it happen. By the way, as my friend Greg says over there in Italy, I don't have all of this stuff up on the Lion's Den. I have all of this stuff over on the YouTube feed, so you can get the old ones if you want. Tomorrow is Fun Friend Friday with Dr. Tanya Lowe. We are going to be giving away bonus gifts. I tell you, if you have not met Dr. Tanya Lowe, you better be here tomorrow. She is the original riot starter. She is a powerhouse. She's just amazing. Just amazing. I love Dr. Tanya Lowe. Like I said, when I see her and I think of her, she just lived up down the street. So be here tomorrow morning for Fun Friend Friday. If you need me in the meantime, you can always connect to me at eric@ericgreid.com. Go to the website, hit the connect button, send me a private message. We can get you started in the coaching program. I actually was looking the other day and I don't have the number in front of me. I apologize. It's way over there and I can't reach it from here. But it looks like there will be like 2 or 3, because of the way I'm resetting, 2 or 3, maybe 4 90-day jumpstart coaching spots open. What that is primarily designed around is people that need that jumpstart, need that kick, need that momentum, started out but don't know if they need a long-term commitment to coaching. It's built around the idea of like, I have a business idea, I have this thought, I want to make this change. It's like all up here in this cloudy gray space. I can't quite bring it in. And then what we do is we pull it all together in a nice, neat bundle. We start to talk about it, feel about it, get clarity on it. We get a vision, we get a mission, we get a statement going. We start to set some realistic goals and we set some processes up in place so that you can be like, oh, wow, I've been thinking about this for a year and a half. Now I can visually see it. Now I can actually touch into it. Now I can wow, I've got this action plan in front of me, and we do use a system where you can actually track it. Now I'm good. Let me go and let me explore and let me experience. Or some people actually roll over the 90-day into a long-term coaching commitment. So if that's something you've been thinking about, like, man, I really want to coach, but I don't want to marry one. Sorry, already taken. But if you don't want to marry one, think about the 90-day jumpstart. Send me a message. We'll talk into it. All right. Well, until tomorrow morning for Fun Friend Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern, you go out and live your life with success. Again, my name is Eric Reid, and I'm glad you took time to join me for this edition of Success Life Live. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.